What is self-harm? I want you to sit there and think for a minute what self-harm is. Okay, now that you have a thought, self-harm is something that people use to hurt themselves in a way. It's impacting pain onto their self. It's a worldwide issue that isn't fully brought up or anything. It's kind of an issue that people are afraid to talk about. I'm talking about this because in high school I was a peer listener trying to help people do this and deal with it. I've dealt with probably about 50 cases that I had to help people through, and it was very hard for me to go through to know people were suffering. And that is why I want to let you guys know about it today. Ways that people self-harm. There are many different ways. I only picked a few because there are so many to talk about. I got this from an article by Natasha Tracy. Cutting, burning, carving, scratching, and pulling out their own hair. Signs that somebody may be cutting or doing any of that would be wounds or cuts on their body that are unexplainable. They will explain that they might be an accident. Maybe their animal scratched them or they were in some kind of accident. They would try covering up their body. If there's marks, they want to hide them. They don't want people to show. They'll want to wear long sleeves or long pants or whatever. They'll be spending a lot of alone time. They won't want people to be around them. They'll be in their bedroom or their bathroom. They will want to be isolated, and you'll also see a bunch of mood swings throughout the people. But there are many more that I could bring up, but I just know due to time that I can't. There's a support group alumni from the UK that I've always have been watching, like I'm following their site and everything, and there's many cases that I've been watching, and especially the whom self-harms. This is kind of a big key to watch for. People who self-harm is something that is good to watch for. People who do it have a lot of emotional pain, a lot of stress. People of all ages do this. It's not just young people, it's people all of ages, from children, adolescents, teens, adults, whatever. A myth is that only females do it. That is very wrong. It is both male and female. Another myth, people who self-harm do it for attention. That's also not true. People who do it is not for attention, it's for help. Why do people do it? Now that you know who. From Melinda Smith and Janine Sagal, writers of Understanding Self-Harm, state that self-harm, it can be an expression of feelings that are unable to put into words, distract you from life, or release emotional pain. They also feel that it makes them feel better, but they know that the feelings are going to come back. This is why they do it, but they hope they can overcome it. The Mayo Clinic staff has also found many other reasons. It's distractions from their emotions, sense of control of their own life. They want to feel something other than emptiness. They want to make their internal feelings be external feelings. There are many coping strategies that I have learned too throughout the way of the process of being a peer listener, but there are three that I'm mainly focusing on. It is emotional focused coping, problem focused coping, and productive coping. Emotional focused coping is finding the emotions that are making them feel this way and deal with them. Make them feel other different emotions to try to make them express them to somebody or a different way. Problem focused coping is finding the problem of what is going on and why they're doing this. Dealing with that with a troubled person like this can be hard because they don't want to talk. But sometimes we just have to get them to talk, or they have to find it on their own self. Like they'll have to figure out what the problem is. Productive coping. This is one that I found more as people strive to go for it, which is staying active, staying socially connected, and relaxed. Like people will go out to do yoga or go exercise or play their favorite sport or something just to get out there so they're staying active. But these are just a few coping strategies that people have gone through. There's many other ones that you can find. It's just you have to branch out to find your own. There are many ways that we can help. If we want to help them, then we can help them in a way that we know that can help them. So by doing this, you want to try talking to them personally if somebody's struggling like this. Tell them about some support services. Like there's a support service here at Parkside that people can tell them about, and that would be good for them to know if somebody's struggling here. Be a friend. There's many clinics out there, groups, sites that you can go to help people and learn different things. I've been dealing with so many other people throughout my whole experience of this. I've learned one thing is that One person can change the way someone feels, and one person can make somebody feel special again. And that feeling is something that will make them overcome their fear and make them stop self-harming themselves. And in conclusion, I just hope you guys get a better understanding of what self-harm really is and ways that you can maybe help somebody that is suffering from self-harm. Thank you.